I would describe our dealings, my dealings with the Museveni group as a convergence of two forces, if you like. Museveni, Tumsime Mtebire, Kasami, the wife was mentioning some other people whom I don't know myself. When we came from the bush, we found them here in the system, in the Ministry of Finance. There were two ministries that time. There was the Ministry of Planning and Economic Development and the Ministry of Finance. They were separate. Actually, they are the ones who advised me to merge them. It was part of their advice. Now, those young economists belonged to the thinking of the IMF, the International Monetary Fund, and the World Bank. They really believed in the analysis and the strategy of the IMF and the World Bank. We, from the bush, yes, we were aware of what they were talking about, but we had a deeper target than what they were talking about. However, our partnership has been quite helpful to the country. So there are three words. One is Okomora. Okomora is when somebody is injured and bleeding. In order to deal with the wound, it is very crucial that you okomora. You stop the bleeding. But the Banyankore have another word called okujenga. Okujenga is what you would call in your English surgery, to do surgery. And then the other word which applies to the Museveni group is okwegama. Okwegama. Okwegama, to stand by the side and you let things happen. Their therapy was as follows. Number one, control inflation. Because if you don't control inflation, the economy will not stabilize, the economic actors will not have a predictable environment. Now, number two, allow the market forces to determine the price of commodities, including the exchange rate. So they strongly advised, and after listening carefully to them, I was persuaded by their advice that let the shilling find its level. And then the kwegama I was talking about, in your English language, you would call it liberalization. Let the state not be so much involved in running the economy. Let it stand aside a bit and let the private sector do much of the work. So I was persuaded by of course there were other people who were thinking differently. Now, on our side from the bush, ours was okujenga. Okay, you can have the Komora, you can have they call it macroeconomic stabilization, but you must do the surgery so that the economy becomes a new economy. And what they had proposed, and we had accepted and they had implemented, helped us to do our kujenga, our surgery, our structural changes. So I'm very sorry that Museveni died when he was very useful, but he made his contribution. So it is up to us now, up to you people, to do your own contribution.
I agree with all those people who have described Keith Museveni as a very hardworking, intelligent, sincere, and result-oriented civil servant. Keith would call a spade, not a big spoon. The office of the Prime Minister has greatly benefited from his attributes. We promise to sustain his legacy.
Both in economic and public financial management, which have helped government to foster economic growth, attract investments, reduce poverty, improve budget transparency, and restore fiscal discipline. Mr. Museveni promoted the reduction of risk of debt distress by advocating increase in government revenue collection, cutting government spending, and promoting growth, enhancing spending.
Keith and I had a special relationship. We understood each other. When we had just got married, I was annoyed because I used to tell him, I'm married to your job. You didn't marry me. But later I understood that I had to take up what he likes to be married properly to him. And that was a life lesson which helped me to go through all this for the 30 plus years I've spent with Keith. I thank God for giving me the energy to nurse Keith. It was not easy because Keith also, as you have already mentioned, he's stubborn sometimes. He can decide that he doesn't feel pain when he has it, yet he needs medicine for it. He may overwork the body because he wants to exercise. He loved being fit, but he would overwork himself and even get problems out of that. So we would always argue sometimes, but I thank God that we would agree after.
Revelation chapter 14.